All right. Welcome everyone. How's it going? I'll give me a couple seconds here. I think everything's gonna start to load. Wow, what a day we've been having. What a day. Let me know if my audio is working okay. I'm gonna just fix my mic. I didn't plan to go live. I know I did yesterday the same thing, but I mean, how could I resist? Like, what a day today's been in Tesla. 691, almost 692 again. The high has been, what did we touch for today? What did we hit? Let me know in the chat is if you can hear me okay. Awesome. Hey, Mafazur, Nathan, how's it going? Awesome, thanks. Aaron, 696.6 was the high. Wow, Jesus. I promised myself I was going to do work today, and I do because I got to go to I have meetings this afternoon, but I was like, I'm going to run home real quick and get on live. Wow, it's been crazy. Awesome. Hey, how's it going, man? Like seriously, it's can anyone relate to that? Like you just you have work to do, but you just sit in front of the just like the chart or like a price ticker, and you just like keep watching it, and you're like, oh man, I gotta stop. Huge gains today. Bought 16 contracts yesterday, 650 call. Nice. All the time. Yeah, so I sold my if you guys remember the live stream yesterday, I sold my position. I mean, it was up like what did it hit? Let me just check. I don't even know what I netted off of it, but it was a good deal. Let me make this a little bit bigger here. I can check. Welcome everyone. All right, let me just yeah, I'm gonna get in the way of the chat for a second here, just so I can adjust the time here. Okay, so the 659.5. So 675s. Man, those almost probably touched $45. I paid like $25 for them yesterday. Good day. Good day overall, huh? What are you guys in? What sort of positions are you guys in right now? Tesla's dipping a little bit, 690. I mean, it makes sense. Um, it makes sense. You can't run all day. I mean, I know we want it to. It's funny because the index fund buyers are finally break even, or they were at least. Nathan, I had some 670 for this week. I sold yesterday and I heard a bit. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, you probably booked some profit. I mean, one thing I learned is like you can't really get down on yourself too much for booking profits early and missing moves. It's the name of the game. Welcome Army Joe, how's it going? It's it looks like let me check on the sellers here. Looks like we got not that big of a wall until 695. 695 has a 95 lot order for sale. And then there's another lot at 696. So it looks like 695 probably will close somewhere under 695 today. But we don't know that. Maybe it touches 700. That's why we're watching for Power Hour. Mafazur still holding 10 contracts. 695 expires the middle of January. Monday delivery numbers should be a huge day. You'd hope so. You'd hope so. I mean, the thing is, you never know if these delivery numbers are the reason why this uptick is being baked in. If someone caught wind of it, or if someone knows internally. Looks like we're climbing again here. We thinking 700 tomorrow or sell off? Tough to say, Army Joe. Um, maybe it depends. Maybe it depends on how the close is today. If we get a strong close into today, potentially we get some momentum into tomorrow. I was talking on Discord with Ivan this morning a little bit, and we were chatting back and forth in the Tesla channel. And I was saying perhaps like today's uptick is really here's a little mini sell off in Tesla. I was saying maybe today's strength is really like an investment bank scaling into a position to release an upgrade tomorrow. I know it might be a long shot, but I've been banking on that a little bit where um I think potentially, like sometimes you see these like mini rallies happen and 5% or 4% is not a mini rally, but just like the general strength we saw today, it could be possible that some people are scaling into a position with the expectation to release like an upgrade tomorrow or something that happens a lot. Uh, yep, try me a profit. Hey, 99 problems. How's it going, man? Uh, Garabi, I'm boring. I holding shares. Yeah, holding shares is boring, but over time it'll make you rich. Armin Joe, yes, for the Discord is for Patreon members. It's in the description if you want to check it out. Feel free to do that. By the way, if you guys hear like noise outside and hammering, they're like they're doing a rain screen project in our apartment, so potentially if you hear a lot of banging, it might be that. What are you guys holding for positions? Like 689 on Tesla. I want to pull up a graph instead. Might be a little bit more interesting. Look at this little sell-off here. RSI is really low though, so probably due for a bounce here. Let me pull up a different option chain. See here. Pull up middle of January. Hey, Gordon Johnson, we know you're watching. That's right, Dan. That's right. The stock's up a whole Gordon today. Can we touch 700 today? Tough to say. The way it's looking right now, we got 45 minutes. The general momentum obviously is in our favor. We're seeing another sell-off here, but if you notice, we had another sell-off about an hour ago, and it was bought back completely up, but it was a lower high. We'll see. I mean, again, I think what I attribute to this run today is, again, I've been talking about this for 2 weeks. Window dressing definitely plays an effect before the new year, and then also, you know, Elon tweeting out about full self-driving being a 3-month trial for new owners means that they have a monthly subscription ready. So that's got to be a part of it. $1,000 call. Hey, welcome, Trung. $1,000 call for the end of January was cheap. Nice. For you, did you sell it? I have one option, 705 call expiring the 29th. Do you think I should hold? Tough to say, Brenda. Yeah, none of this is financial advice. You never know what happens with Tesla. It goes up and down like no tomorrow. But let me pull up the chain for the 29th. See here. 9th. So the 700, hey Waka, how's it going, man? The 705, $43, $44. I wonder what it was at today. Depends what you bought it at. In general, I'm a big believer in, you know, if you made your profits, sell and then roll out. I know for tax purposes it's not great, but it's a short-term call anyways. You never go broke taking profits, but you know, that's generally a rule of advice I have for trading. But when you talk about investing, that probably doesn't apply so much. Look at this sell-off, hey, on Tesla, 688 now. Yeah, so it just hit this moving average. So it's probably going to find some sort of a floor there. Let's see if this moving average holds. Yeah, Trung, exactly. Let's see here. So the moving average floor is 688-ish. So yeah, should find a bounce, should find a support here. Wow, look at this candle. You know, sell-offs are happening sell-offs are taking a long time, but stuff is being bought back pretty fast. Waka says, looks like it's going to dip hard tomorrow. I'd be surprised if it goes up. If it does, then that wedge would break, which is too soon. We are at the top of the wedge line. Yeah, I'd have to look at it. I don't know. Definitely anything's possible. Tomorrow's the last day of the year. That might have an effect on the general market. Who knows what's going to happen with the Senate, with the bill. Solo. you're watching, hey Gordon, if you're watching, would you please hit that like button? I appreciate it. Yeah, while you're here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, join, hit that bid nation. Love to have all of you guys on board. We've grown so fast. It's actually nuts how fast we've grown. I'm so appreciative for everyone. We're at like 2K subscribers beginning of last week, and you know, so we've grown so fast. I appreciate you guys. The bottom first before shooting up. Yeah, I should have held my 675 calls. Should have held those, but hindsight's 2020. Looks like that was bought up pretty fast. Better than foosball. Yeah, let's see what news is going to come out if anything came out today. Here. Hey, thank you, CZ, for the Patreon. Appreciate that. Hopefully it time's up here. I have it connected. Appreciate you. Yeah, you should get access to the Discord as soon as you join Patreon. You should have access to the Discord there. Yeah, so Gary Black today tweeted that he thinks active, and at 5 a.m. this morning, he's tweeted he thinks active managers will start buying in. You guys remember that video yesterday? I talked about how I think Tesla stock consolidating really is going to allow for new entrants to come in. And my general thesis for that was, why would an active manager want to get in at the peak or the valley in a stock and time it and buy something when it's really volatile? So I think the consolidation that we've been having for the last little bit, I mean, I know we've been green, but you know, it's generally been pretty flattish. I think that played a part in today's rally. But if I really have to guess, I think it's either the full self-driving subscription platform that's coming out. So investors are thinking it's going to be out sooner rather than later. So that means more upgrades because no one's priced that into their model. Or I think there's potentially an upgrade coming for Tesla soon. Brenda, hopefully it closes today in the high 90s. Yeah, that'd be great. Great strength. I just did it. Thank you, Solo. Appreciate that. Tesla has killed me since inclusion, says Waka. It's not doing what it normally does. Everyone expecting it to tank after numbers. I think it's going to shoot up instead. Yeah, I never expected it to tank after inclusion. I thought it'd find a base and it'd be less volatile and beta would go down. But I wasn't a subscriber to the belief that it was going to tank after inclusion, just because there's not that many shares outstanding, right, anymore. Aaron, the NYPD Tesla news was trending today. More so blaming NYPD rather than Tesla. This being necessary. Yeah, I saw that they're using Model Ys, which is awesome. Mike, I've only used Robinhood thus far. Interactive Brokers looks to have way more. Is there a large fee to use it? How do you like it? No, Interactive Brokers is awesome. There's not a large. The part of the reason why I use it is because it's really low in fees. It's not Robinhood, it's not Webull, it's not free. But I pay nothing on a monthly basis to use the platform. You pay nothing in general. What you pay for with Interactive Brokers is obviously you pay commissions. I'll talk about that, but you pay for the data. So like if you want the New York Stock Exchange, the Amex, like you pay for these feeds for live quotes. I think since I pay for level 2 and stuff, I might be at like $30 a month. But if I do $30 worth of commissions, I get that back. So it's about I'd have to check, but I think I pay about 75 cents per contract that I trade on options, and in Canada that's pretty good. In the States, like here's the problem with Robinhood and Webull and stuff. And actually, Webull just emailed me a couple of days ago asking if I wanted them to sponsor the channel. But I'm gonna have to look into that. But the problem with Webull and Robinhood and stuff is, though they give you free trades, they're really screwing you on what they show you for quotes on bid and ask, and really the fills that you get. So in my opinion, I think there's a lot of fudging of the quotes. So you might look at certain quotes and think something is actually, you know, higher than it is, and you might pay for that. Also, they make money off your trade, so they don't actually execute a lot of your orders. They actually sell them off to bigger brokerages. So there's some shady stuff there. I mean, I think every brokerage kind of does that unless they're a direct house and have a direct feed to the board. But you know, there's a lot of slippage. But it's great for a beginner, right? With Interactive Brokers, you get level 2, you get time and sales, you get all the different feeds you want. You don't have to buy every feed. I like to because I spend that much on commissions anyway, so I get them reimbursed. I might as well, right? So, but Interactive Brokers is a great platform. I could probably even give you a link. I don't have. I think I have a max of. I don't think you get anything, but if I give you my link or something, I get a bonus. But I don't think you do. So just sign up on the site. Doesn't matter. Chuck, do you think they'll deliver more than 500,000 vehicles? Sorry, just got on. Yeah, no worries, Chuck. You can come in and out as you want. I think so. I think they're gonna pass 500,000. Yeah, I think so. How high? Who knows? But I think that's being priced into the stock already. I think 500 is. B-Baller, how's it going? How do you think Tesla will close above 700 today or tomorrow? Today is gonna be tough. Today is gonna be tough. Looking at the level 2, let's check it out. Looking at, let's see here. Level 2, we have a sell wall-ish. I think I saw at 695 is 144 lot order for sale, and 696 also has 111 lot order. So it's going to be tough if we see it. We're going to have to see a lot of strength towards the close. So it doesn't look like it, but we could be wrong. Then should be less volatile in Tesla equals higher S&P correlation as time goes on. Currently, I'm tracking a 0.31 as time goes on. Shouldn't this rise with inclusion? I think you mean, if I'm hearing you right, I think you're saying like shouldn't Tesla be less volatile over time? Yes, I think so. I think a lot of this is shakeout from the inclusion, number one. But I also think right now in Tesla there's a lot of catalysts, so you might see movement. But you know, one thing to note is like volatility is not the same as price appreciation. And it took me a while for me to really and look Tesla's rising up here 691. I think often we confound price appreciation with volatility. Because there's less shares in the open market for Tesla, we're going to have less turnover of the total float of shares. So if we have less turnover of the total float of shares, volatility might go down. But just like the housing market, if there's not a lot of houses for sale, but it's a high in demand area, stock might go up. So I think price appreciation is probably a fair statement to say, but volatility, I think, because there's not a lot of shares being on the open market anymore, with 16% of Tesla being owned by these index funds and more by active managers, I think over time, as they collect more and more of these shares and they hoard them, I think volatility should go down. And I have a video on that. I forget what it was titled. It was titled "How Tesla Stock or Will Tesla Stock Change Forever Post S&P Inclusion." I talk about this. Solo, Tesla stock going to the moon by fourth quarter release. Elon will take it to Mars by 2021. Let's hope so. Mike, let me know. I'll take a look. Thanks. Oh, for the Interactive Brokers. Yeah, I would just Google Interactive Brokers fees, and you're gonna be able to see whether or not, like, it might not fit your trading style. If you trade once in a while, then it probably doesn't make sense. If you trade often, you like having all the kind of institutional tools, you know, but by no means is this Bloomberg, right? It's not a terminal, but it's kind of like the prosumer level. Waka, when an S&P all bar one company increase, 5% after inclusion, I expect to hit lower 680s on close and dip more after hours. Let's see. Solo, I'm going to fishing 5 days of the week and then resting 2. There we go. I guess someone made a lot of money on Tesla. I guess someone made a lot of money on Tesla. That's awesome. See here. Juan, welcome, man. I wish I had bought options yesterday. Even leaps are up a ton, 10 or 20%. Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? Hindsight's 2020. Okay, like, look at this pop right here. What's interesting, if you just look at the Tesla graph, whenever we have sell-offs, they're followed by these mini rallies. I think these are window dressers, and I think they've probably acquired a lot of their shares already. That's why we're seeing lower highs. Like, this is a high right here, lower high here. even lower high here. So let's see if this can break above, this general 695 level again. Probably doubt it because there's a lot of sell orders at that level, but it looks like window dressing is in effect, and a lot of these benchmark funds are trying to get in before quarter delivery numbers come out. Because you can probably imagine, right? If they know they want to get in Tesla at some point, and preferably as soon as possible, why wait for the numbers to come out? Tomorrow is the last trading day of the week. Then you have sorry, and then you have Monday. I think Monday is probably when deliveries are going to come out. So why wait? Who knows what's going to happen by then, right? Who knows? Bernardo, welcome, man. I love this channel, especially Insights Analysis. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Hit the like. It'll help with the YouTube algorithm for me. And hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I noticed yesterday I was watching a bunch of videos on YouTube. Half of the people I'm watching like every day, I wasn't even subscribed to. Like I watch a lot of Dave Leon Investing. If you guys watch him, he's good. Obviously Tesla Daily I was subscribed to, but a lot of these channels that I watch every day for like just Tesla news, I wasn't even subscribed to. Hey Rodney, how's it going, man? Made it to a live stream. Yes sir. Welcome. Rich Black, Neo, Tesla plus Neo, best in class. Tesla. There. Dan, what do I mean by window dressing? Dan, so window dressing, I made a couple videos this week about it, but so check those out for more of an in-depth talk about it. But window dressing is where institutional funds will sell off a lot of their lagging stocks for the year. And if they weren't in Tesla, what they'll do is they'll overbuy Tesla towards the end of the year to show their clients that they were in Tesla, as to kind of, not like really piss off their clients. So they'll be overweight on Tesla at the end of the year because they want to show their clients that, hey, look, we didn't actually miss a lot of this run. And then they'll sell off a lot of their crappy performing stuff. So it's called window dressing in the finance field. I just walked in. Sorry if you already answered this. Where do you think Tesla and Tesla options will go between Q4 deliveries and Q1 earnings? You do a great job. We should do more lives. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jay. That's the $1 million question, right? I think Q4 deliveries are going to come in good next week. I don't know whether or not the stock moves a lot on it. I think we're going to need another catalyst to come out next week. Tesla is showing good strength here, by the way. Hey, 690, almost 692.5. But it's quite possible. I mean, we kind of see this with Tesla, right? Like they release delivery numbers and then kind of goes quiet a little bit until earnings, or until they release the date for earnings. But here's a big positive. When Q4 deliveries come out, that 2 or 3 weeks that we have between delivery numbers and earnings, we tend to see a lot of analysts backtrack and actually come out with upgrades. So if Tesla comes out and they say 500 and let's be bullish, 510,000 for the year accomplished and sold and delivered. Well, now all of these analysts are going to go back to the drawing table, and they're going to have to come up with a better model to predict and project Tesla before earnings. So we're going to see potential upgrades. Another thing to note there is, this is totally my guess. I am probably going to be wrong on this. I'll just preface that right now. But here's my guess. With like the next big catalyst that I don't think anyone's talking about. I think, in my opinion, Tesla is going to come out with a full self-driving monthly subscription package on the 1st of January in your Tesla app. They've come out with the full self-driving trial for 3 months for all new owners. I just missed that by like 4 days. I'm kind of choked, but whatever. So they're gonna, in my opinion, they're going to come out with a monthly subscription on their full self-driving on January 1st. Why? And I posted this on Reddit yesterday, but I'll kind of go through my thesis here again. Hey, thank you, Kevin Wu, for the Patreon. Appreciate that. For some reason, it doesn't want to load up. So my general thesis as to why. Okay, so they released a 3-month trial. Why would you release a 3-month trial if you didn't have a way for them to subscribe after the trial? So that's a given. By April, they're going to have it out, right? Like, why else would you give them 3 months? You're not doing that at a business level unless you have a monthly plan for them to keep on it, keep on it afterwards, right? So they're going to do it by April. Now, I think they're going to do it for the beginning of the year. Number one, because if you guys remember Elon for the holiday update, and if you guys don't own Teslas, it's fine. Like I'll just explain it here real quick. But as a new Tesla owner, I was really excited for this holiday update, but it was kind of blah. Like to be honest, it wasn't that special. And then people were tweeting at Elon about like how lame kind of the update was. Just it's a horn that farts at you. All right, cool, whatever. It's a gimmick. But he tweeted back saying this is only part one of two for the holiday update. So there's already a backlog of a second update coming. Okay, so that's one. Another thing is, why would you not start? Why would you not start in the beginning of the quarter? If this full self-driving trial 3 month you think is going to be worth for the new owners to want to stick around with, why wouldn't you start charging for that day one? And if you're going to start charging for it, the best day to start is the beginning of the quarter, because in the beginning of the quarter you can recognize revenue for throughout the entire quarter. So that's another thing. I don't think full self-driving is ready. I don't think it needs to be. The fact that people can have summon, they can have navigate on autopilot, they can have auto lane change, I think that's good enough for people to want to pay a monthly fee. The third thing is, when you're given something for free to customers, it's often it's kind of nice if they can quantify at like a numbers metric what it is that they're getting. So with supercharging, when we got that for free for a year, we ran the math of like, hey, this is probably worth like $400 or $500 for us. We're going to charge this much. We're going to drive this much. We exclusively supercharge. This with how much we're going to actually save. If you're going to give something for free to incentivize people, by not having like a set plan that they can be like, oh, we're getting 3 months of this $300 per month thing for free, it's like $900 worth of value. Like you're missing that out. So like at a business level, it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't have that quantified by the time they get it for free. Again, I could be totally wrong, but I think January 1, that's going to come out. That's a big catalyst that I'm hoping that comes out on the day of deliveries. Okay, rant over. Let's go back. Why is the image blurry now? It might be your quality settings. I think it's probably okay. It's still streaming 1080p here. Luckily I bought most of the calls I sold this morning. 780s still have April's. Nice. Over 70 cents. Yeah, awesome. April's is good. Big buy order came in and pushed the stock up. Yep, it did. Aaron, come on, $3 more for all-time high close. Yes, exactly. I mean, honestly, at 695 close, I don't even consider it a real close. It's such an artificial close. Sold my positions for now. We'll look to buy in a nice dip. That's smart. Lock in those profits. Nita, Yashi, thank you for all you do. I'm thinking of options trading, so thanks for your insight, for your help. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching, Nita. Johnny, 500K is baked in. Yeah, I agree. 510. They need 510 on money to stay above 700 before earnings. Yeah, I think so. I agree. Did you see it? Did you see the tweet? He said anyone who has delivery within this week gets 3 months full self-driving starting January. So SaaS is full effect. Yep, I agree. You agree too? Awesome. William, bit off topic, but you mentioned following Dave Lee on Investing's YouTube. What are your thoughts on his recommendations for creating a holding company X that includes SpaceX, Tesla, Boring Company, etc.? I'm generally like, I think there's two questions there. One, do I think it'll happen? I'd probably say no. Two, if it did happen, would I be happy or would I be sad? I'd probably be happy. And I made a video on the day it happened. I don't think it would max my shareholder value, but I do think it would make it super easy for the retail investor to invest in Elon. Institutional wise, that would be a nightmare. Oh, here's Tesla rising up to 694 again. At an institutional level, though, investing in a company like that would be so hard to project and so easy for the institutional investors to get wrong. But at a retail level, I would love it because, I'd be able to invest in stuff that I don't think is going to IPO for years, like Starlink, for example. Rich Black, which Tesla did you buy? Would you recommend buying one? I bought the Model 3 Black, standard range plus. Here's the thing. We bought the Tesla Model 3 because we knew we were going to buy an electric car. We've had Nissan Leafs in the family. We've driven Bolts. So we've kind of been around the block. Here's Tesla pushing up to 694. So we've kind of been around the block when it comes to EVs a little bit more than the average person. Not totally, but the reason why we bought the Model 3, I think if I had to sum it down, other than being a fanboy, would be depreciation. Tesla Model 3, after 3 years, stats show it depreciates 10%. And other cars after 3 years depreciate, like for example, the Nissan Leaf depreciates 60% after 3. So 10% depreciation versus 60%, while for that 3-year time, I get to enjoy a computer on wheels. It was kind of a no-brainer. The second biggest factor I'd have is, and this is why I think Tesla is such a lock for, oh, here comes a push up, such a lock for EVs is name and not like the reason why we bought is we live in an apartment, but we can rely on the supercharging network to get around, and we're happy with the consistency that we can potentially get from the supercharging network. I don't think any other electric vehicle maker has that sort of a network that we'd be willing to bet on, let's say. Tesla showing great strength here, pushing up to 694 almost now again after that huge sell-off. So this sell-off right here from about here down to there was probably one big seller just scaling out of their position with some sort of algorithmic trading. And then we're seeing consistent buying off of weakness. So it's looking really good. Let's see if we can break through that 690. What did I say, guys? 695 had that sell, that lot order. Let's see here. 695. Yeah, 695 is 161 share lot order for sale. Let's see if we can break through that. Let's see here. Bought some 720s. January 15th calls up nicely. Nice. There we go. What does RSI generally indicate and how do you use it? RSI in general I use as a overbought. It's the definition is if it's really low, it's oversold. If it's really high, it's overbought. I use it for just a general momentum indicator to see how the momentum is. Is it really strong on the buy side or the sell side? So in general, when stuff is really oversold, you can probably be a little bit bullish and say, okay, how much more can it go for? And when it's overbought and it's, momentum, it's going really strong up, there might be some mean reversion there. Let's see here. When do Q4 deliveries numbers get announced, says Sam. No one knows exactly, but it's probably going to be between the 2nd and the 4th of January. Nihanth, congrats on Model 3 over the long term, a great decision. Thank you, appreciate that. Not dual motors for driving the snow in Canada. No, John, I mean, I live in Canada, but I'm from Vancouver, so like snows once every 2 years here. It doesn't snow here. Dan Roberts, what is your background? My background is, this is the Trader Workstation from Interactive Brokers. I have the option chain on the left-hand side, and I got the Tesla graph on the right-hand side. Let's see here, what else? Thanks, good luck with that. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Sam. Sorry, called you Robert. Waka, this is some crazy trading. Did not expect to be here. If I just held, it would be in the money, but I screwed myself big time. Lesson learned the hard way with Tesla. You know what? Don't kill yourself over. I sold really early. This, I could have still been holding that position I talked about on yesterday's video, and probably been up another couple grand on it just within a couple hours. But that's just life. You can't get down on yourself for booking in profits. And if you want to be here the long run, trading and investing, you never go broke taking a profit. But that being said, the philosophy I have is I'm comfortable with letting things. Oh wow, huge strength coming in Tesla. Let's see if it can break 695 here. That's 694.20. In general, the philosophy I have is if you invest in options that are short term, if you can expect zero on them, like if you're comfortable with if this goes to zero, whatever, no big deal, you're going to trade different. When you trade with house money, you trade different. Anytime I've let an option of, I've bought options for like $10 and they've gone up to like 100 in the summer. Like when these big wins happen, you only can really let it happen if it's with house money. So just, change your philosophy a little bit and consider if you expect zero when you're buying, you'll buy different. You won't over leverage yourself. Okay, here. Geez, VR gamers, relax. I don't know what happened here. I live in Vancouver. Bin Fam, welcome, subscribed. Uh, do, 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 do. Synonymous, party on long-term holders. Exactly. How are you? I'm good. Fabian, best resources to learn options. YouTube's good. There's a booklet called Standardize Risk in Options Trading. It's like a Chicago Board of Options Trading um, uh, little pamphlet. You can download that online. It kind of gives you the rundown of everything you need to know. Um, so yeah, user in timeout. One sec, guys. But I live in Vancouver. Chris G, what is the best way to learn options from scratch? Best way is to pull up an options chain. Don't buy anything for the first long time. Um, Buy stuff in your head, paper trade, look at how things work, learn delta, learn theta, learn how option movement happens and how it affects prices with the stock movement. Learn verticals, learn different strategies to know how different combos can happen. It's a big world out there with options, but it's definitely the world you want to be in my humble opinion. Uh, yeah, I got it. Thanks, Dan. What platform are you using? This is Interactive Brokers. Vivian, welcome. Michael. Yeah. Jerry says I literally learned options through Wall Street Bets and options profit calculator. I mean, that's fair. I mean, um, let's hope, the biggest thing with options is as a newbie, don't let things expire ever. Expect zero on almost everything you buy to begin with. Sell early, take profits. Don't over leverage yourself. None of that's financial advice. Thanks, dude. Yeah, welcome, Chris. Sam Lee, what's your price target for the end of 2021? Someone asked me this yesterday. I think I said between 8 or 900, but I expect it perhaps to be over that at certain points throughout the year. The thing that I talked about yesterday that I think is important to realize is macro, right? Who knows what's going to happen with the economy? Who knows how this Biden's tax plan is going to affect everything? Who knows if new EV regulations come out to make it even friendlier on Tesla? Who knows if the rebates come back in America? Can you imagine that if 5,000 rebates happen again? In Canada, we get 8,000 off of the standard rate plus, so that's why I chose that. Dan Roberts saying check out Don Kaufman. There you go. Yeah, Tom Sosnoff. Yes, actually, that's a great recommendation, Dan. Check out anything with Tasty Trade. Tasty Trade on YouTube, my go-to. Great recommendation, Dan. Welcome, Vivian. Aaron, agreed. Everyone learning should use optionprofitcalculator.com. Yeah, that's good. I mean, if you have Thinkorswim, if any of you guys have Thinkorswim, and by the way, you can just sign up for the paper trading platform and just use it. You can actually hit analyze, and you can put together any sort of combinations that you want, and you can see the profit and loss. So just use that as well. Don't actually buy the options, just pop ideas in the calculator. Yeah, exactly. When you're consistently up, try with paper count. Yeah, agreed, Jerry. Tasty Trade Life, I learned from scratch. Yes, Dan, exactly. Tasty Trade is, I love Tom Sosnoff, Tony, Batista, all those guys there. Love it. Hey, Ashu, B-Baller, what calls do you still have for Tesla? I have March calls. They're like 640s, I think. March, which I'm not even sure. I think probably after deliveries I might look at rolling those out again. I just literally got them when the day at well, I had them for S&P. Like randomly I checked my phone on the day Tesla got included into S&P, into the S&P. Like I got like a Google alerts like Tesla finally. I was like, what? And I checked after hours, Tesla's up 10%. Next day I waited for it to cool down, and then I doubled down on my position in March. And I've been holding them since. I've scaled off of one of them after. I think I sold them. I sold one of the positions a couple of days ago, or was it Friday last? Sometimes this whole week's been a blur because of the holidays, but at some point in the last 7 days, I sold one of them. So we bought those for I think $27. Walk, I expect 850, but if you have a crash, then 200. If no crash, 2K. That's quite the range. I don't know if 200 is ever going to happen again in Tesla. Weirder things have happened, but I don't think so. This is the first year I'm trading. Sharif, welcome. My profile went up 50%. What should be a realistic expectation in a normal year? Yeah, as a, you know, there's a lot of first time traders out there, and if you've made good money this year, like congrats. Like take money off the table. If you have long term shares, maybe hold them because you don't want to pay tax on them. But if you made money in options and stuff that you're gonna have to realize tax on anyways, a strategy I always had is like as soon as you make some money in an account, shift some money into like a longer term account that you're not going to touch, that you're not going to play risk with options, because anything with options can go to zero, right? So I mean, unless you buy deep in the money, deeps or something. So always try to like scale off a portion of your profits and throw them into an account that's just going to be like long term shares, and that way you can keep scaling off and you can keep working with that. That's one school of philosophy with investing. Another, obviously, the Wall Street bets, throw everything into every trade and try to double down, but that's not how I mean, I used to do that when I was little, but or when I was new to trading, but not anymore. 11% says Waka. Modus says, I declare this will close at 694.20. Yeah. How ironic and what a poetic close that would be. Walker, we're in a peak bull run in the market. This is a rare event and not the norm. Not the norm, but not the norm, but I mean, the Fed keeps printing money, interest rates are low. Other than equities, what's going to appreciate? Real estate. So here comes a 694 push. Let's see if 695 can break. Let me pull up the level 2 again for everyone. Trung, Tom Lee was very accurate to predict the December rally and Santa Claus rally. I'm gonna have to check out Tom Lee. I don't know who that is. Check him out. Jerry loves the live stream, by the way. I really like how you're not only focused on the chart, but the mentality behind his fly down. I appreciate that. I saw your comment actually on the video that you said that. That was very kind. I appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to go for. I'm not a big believer in like throwing up million lines and throwing them up on my charts and saying MACD is gonna go like project. Like I'm not like, I've done that when I was like 16. Like that's not the way to invest. The way to invest is look at supply and demand at the heart. Technical analysis is one way to gauge supply and demand at different levels, but it's not the entire story. It's a very like technical analysis is very sexy to a new investor because they think it's like a game and we look for patterns. But I'm not a huge believer in solely technical analysis. I think they have their role, but that's only part of the thesis. Dennis, on the graph, do you have blocked out areas of red and green represent? Those are the Ichimoku clouds that one of the best chartists I used to follow actually used to use Ichimoto. I don't even know exactly the full brunt of how they work. I just know that they show momentum. So I've always had them up on my chart, to be honest. Samly, do you trade full time? No, I don't. Although I spend so much time on my computer, I probably should. No, I'm also a realtor. I also have an online business that coaches real estate agents. So full time do that. This is like my passion project. Here's a 695 break here, and wow, we just passed through that like nothing. Let's see if it can hold though. There's a big lot at 696. You see that 109 lot order sitting there? So let's see if 696 can even touch. Like this is crazy what's happening. This is going to be the highest close if I don't jinx it in all time history. This is nuts. Happy hunting. I always buy far out the money. Yes, holding shares always works. Yeah, you don't want to buy too far out the money. You don't want to buy too far out the money, especially like the newer you are. Buy closer to in the money as much as you can afford to, because it's as close to a one-to-one movement with the share price as possible. Out the money really kills you on theta if you don't know when to sell or when to buy. You don't realize option gains if you convert them into shares though, right? Yeah, I don't think so, Aaron. Thought you keep rack. Yeah, you do, but I don't exercise. I've never exercised any of the beta names that I've bought in for options ever. So, but yeah, I check with your accountant. But no, I think you're right. If you convert them, exercise them, you have the margin for it, then you wouldn't have gains on it. Sharif, thanks. All right, what did I miss? All right, you missed the big bull run. Okay, so here's the 696 touch. Okay, look at this. This is gonna pass 696. It looks like that lot of 100 whatever, the 34.19. There we go. There's that break, just like that. Just like that. Did you guys see how that size of the sell lot order just kept shrinking? There we go. There's that. This is nuts. What is happening? Let's go back to the graph because I think the graph is better to watch. This is nuts. Claude, investor versus trader. Tesla's a long-term trend up. Why not just invest stock and options? Seems like you're getting in and out for no good reason. Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 2020. You're right. Like, my dad has always tried, even since I was a kid, been like, don't trade, just buy and hold, buy leaps, hold. And I think he's right. But the general thrill that you get from trading stocks like Tesla, it's hard to match it. But you're probably right. You're probably right. What do you think it will run on Tuesday? I think delivery numbers, but they'll really have to be really good. So the 696 retest again, coming down. Yep, busted 696, Rodney. Yep. Dank is savage. Do you expect Tesla dip after 700? 700 is probably a really big resistance line for Tesla. Resistance point. Again, whole numbers are in generally always are. What on earth is going on? Yeah, this is great. Welcome, Gentry. How's it going, man? Waka, yeah, buy and hold is definitely the right move. It is. It is. Buy, hold, close your account, never watch the stock market is probably the best move in good companies. But there's no fun in that. Like, half of what I do is I like to just have fun. It's like you're chasing this high, right? Like, this is why we sit in front of the computer watching Tesla all days, because like we want to see what's happening, we want to follow the stock. But yeah, you're right. I definitely succumb to that. I definitely succumb to that mindset that you guys are talking about. Like, buy and hold is definitely the way to go. Definitely. I'm big. I mean, leaps are my way of buying and holding. Bought in at $29 pre-split. Joe never sold. Look at you. There you go. Yeah, don't just make sure you're like selling covered calls in your positions or something, making some income. Philip, how's it going? Waka, I won't buy at this price though. I would buy at 620s or 630s. I mean, that's what people said when S&P inclusion got announced. I'll wait for after inclusion. When you dollar cost average, you're probably. Would you say trading could become a reliable way to generate income full time? I would say I'm of the belief that generally speaking, trading is a good pastime hobby for the majority of people. And unless like you hold a bunch of shares and you're doing covered call strategies or like you're rolling the wheel, stuff like that, where like you can follow this methodical process. Like if you're selling premium, I think so. Trading in general though, it's tough to really make it a full-time income. Especially here's the biggest thing I've learned. Whenever in my life I've tried to make trading be a full-time thing where I make money, it's never gone my way. Whenever I didn't need the money, I'm like, I have my account, but it's for fun. That's when you make money. Scared money doesn't make money. So if you need something to work, if you're watching it like a hawk and every dollar it goes down, you're like dying inside every second. Your scared money is not going to make money. That's my general advice that I've given to myself. So when I play trading or when I invest, especially in stock like Tesla where it's so volatile, like you gotta play with house money. You gotta play with money that you're like, yeah, this doesn't matter. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry if you hear some banging outside and stuff. Again, there's a guy hammering outside. It's the max percentage of leaps you'll hold compared to common stocks. In general, like Dennis, with like my Square leaps, I've consistently like throughout this year turned from like $20 to like 4,000 to $40. I've sold, re-upped into further away and further out the money. That's kind of in general what I've done with leaps, but there's no like one way to do it. Tomer bought 130 shares at 450. Man, feeling good. Nice job, Tomer. Nice job. Tron, could you do training on how covered calls work? Yeah, for sure. And leaps, yeah, for sure. I can do videos on that. Teach me about covered calls. Yeah, Joe. So basically, the general thesis with covered calls, if you don't know, market just closed. We closed at 694.78. Great close. Couple of pennies short of 695. How ironic. In general, with covered calls, you have a bunch of shares. You sell calls out the money at the 16 delta, like one standard deviation away for like 45 days to expiration is really like what the tasty trade method is. And you collect all that money, you manage your winners at 50%, and then you keep rolling and you keep applying that to your share price. Dollar cost average is the only way forward. Yep. Yeah. I think the stock market is like sitting at the poker table. It's great fun. Learn options, Wall Street bets. That should say a lot about me. At least you're honest, Jerry. Um, Trading full time is not for 90% of folks. Agreed. Agreed. I learned Wall Street bets, invaded tasty, sit at the casino with expendable income. Exactly. Just like exactly. My trading account is entirely expendable income. So don't go trading with your retirement fund. Mm-hmm. I have 680 covered call expiring tomorrow. You recommend I roll that out? Would love to hear your thoughts, B Waller. 680 covered call. Yeah, you're in the money, hey. Well, now you can't do anything, so you might as well wait. You have to wait for tomorrow, but you're going to be probably expiring in the money on that. So if you're fine with selling your shares at 680, just no big deal. But if you just buy it back and you can roll out for tomorrow at 710 or something, depending if we don't gap up tomorrow. Yo, Yashu Denka Savage, how do you deal with FOMO where stocks are volatile? This is a great question. FOMO is something for the most part I don't have anymore. Not because I'm not excitable, not because I'm this like master guru or anything. It's just I've missed so much in my trading career. I remember when CMG Chipotle used to be like a $200 stock, and one of the earnings came out, and I just got missed on a fill. This is years ago, and I just got missed on a big options bet I was gonna place for like the first time, and it popped like I forget, it was a huge pop, like 30% I want to say after earnings or something, and I would have made so much money, and I had so much FOMO. After you hit a certain level where you know every day you're hitting FOMO, you just don't let it affect you anymore. It's just kind of like if it was meant to be, it'll be. It's kind of my philosophy in life. So, for example, I'll tell you a story. Zoom this year, you guys remember when it popped up like 50% in 2 days post earnings? Well, I had like a huge bet ready to get filled. I didn't get filled on one single contract. And the reason why I didn't get filled is because if you guys know, I don't like to chase stuff. So when something's popping up towards the end of the day, I had 10 minutes left to close. I put in my order. I didn't get filled. It soared a little past up in the last 10 minutes. I put my order back down by like a couple cents to, because I always try to catch it on its way back down and then I get filled. Because most of my positions will be down for a couple of seconds before, a move happens. And right at close, I didn't get filled by like a couple pennies. I wasn't pissed, it's whatever, no big deal. And then earnings came out and it went like 30% up. Like, do you guys remember that? Zoom went like, let's look at Zoom's graph. It went soaring, and it would have been probably the biggest winner of the year, even with Tesla on my portfolio. Just that one trade if I sold the next day. But I missed it. Hit that bid nation. Yes, Jay, welcome. I missed it. I was so choked. But you know what? Like at the end of the day, that's just life. You can't get FOMO'd on that too much. That's just how it goes. I lose money trading. LOL. What loses you money? What loses you money is fiddling around getting in and out. It does. I mean, fiddling, getting in and out. The overall transaction cost. It's definitely heavy. Great channel, man. Greetings from Portland. Hey, thanks for watching, Johnny. Appreciate you. Is that Jerry Louis from Ivari? I'm not sure. Hi, YouTube just recommended me this. Well, welcome, Ariemations. Welcome. If YouTube recommended this to you, potentially you're interested. If you're watching, by the way, you're probably interested in Tesla, stocks, options, trading, just general Tesla news. I love talking about. In this channel, I love talking about stuff that I like talking about. I don't want stuff to be clickbaity. I don't want stuff to be like, me trying to catch a trend. Like this whole channel is about me trying to just talk about stuff I love, and hopefully you guys love too. So in general, if you guys like the content, thank you for watching. Obviously, hit the like button, helps with the algorithm. Also, people like Ariemations coming in, but also hit subscribe and join. As Jay says, hit that bid nation. We'd love to have you. We've grown tremendously in the last couple of weeks. Like we're at like 1.5K like last week or 2 weeks ago at this point. So it's nuts to me. It's nuts to me. Let's see here. If you're getting FOMO about Bitcoin, get into Ether and forget about it. It's going to 10K easy. Really, I had Ethereum, I had Bitcoin, I sold all of them 2 weeks ago, and guess who's kicking themselves in the butt now? Me. William, thank you for your broadcast. I appreciate you watching. William Erickson this time. I don't understand anything what you're saying, but it's never too late to. It's really not. It's not too late to learn. Again, options. My go-to is Tasty Trade. I recommend watching them on YouTube. They're like a whole actual platform. Jerry, think of it this way: you don't cry every time your lotto ticket doesn't print. Don't FOMO on stocks either. Yeah, great way to put it. William Erickson, man, I love Elon Musk. Yeah, I mean Elon Musk has made a lot of people a lot of money this year. I got a question for you guys. How many Teslas do you think have been ordered this year from people that have made money on Tesla stock or options? Like, if you had to guess, out of the 500,000, how many have been how many Teslas have been bought in from profits from stock or option? What's your guess? Joe, start a trading class like your real estate program. Don't know. I don't think there's a way you can. I don't think there's like a guru way to make money on stocks. Like I'm like the anti-guru when it comes to stocks. I really hate when people think they know more and they have like inside knowledge. I think at best in the market you can be an informed consumer, but for someone to come in and say like they're a stock guru and stuff, that's not me. Like people that know me, that's not who I am. I just like looking at news, analyzing, bringing groups together, you know, having a discussion. And I think retail investors in the long run, like that's the edge that people have. What do you guys think? Okay, so where's the hit that bid merch? I don't have any merch yet. No, not yet. But if you subscribe, I'll let you know when I do. FOMO is hot. Yep. You think 20%, Jay? Mike says 10%. Mason says I bought a Model Y. Phillips says 100,000. Really? Jesus. 5,000. Probably like that's probably a better guess, William. 5,000. I agree. 20%, 8%, 30. Bought a Model Y. My Tesla winnings 30%, 80%. Elon Musk with the big brain moves. Make shareholders money and they'll give you money right back. That's kind of why we bought a Tesla Model 3. Including me, Ben Pham says. Yes, 20,000. I know so many I know have bought cars with winnings, says Waka. Johnny, I've bought my wife a performance Model X this year with my Tesla profits plus debt free. Nice job, man. That's awesome. William Erickson, 10 to 15K. I think that's probably my guess would be like 10,000, 15,000. 0% says Joe because we're all holding. Yeah, there you go. William Smith, how many indicators are there? Man, there's like a million different indicators. You can get into like technical analysis big time. There's a million different indicators out there. Philip, love my Model 3 standard range plus 2019. That's the one my dad has. He loves it too. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for watching, Jerry. Appreciate you guys. Hit the subscribe button. I'll keep posting stuff. I have work to do today. I wasn't gonna come on in Discord though. Ivan asked me. Ivan's like, "Are you going live today?" And I started thinking about it. I was like, I don't know if I should, but you know what a day we've had in Tesla. So I thought I might as well go live, and we'll talk about it. I go live at random, by the way. Like, you know, if there's news out, if like it's a big day, I'll potentially go live. I don't have like a set time or anything, so the way to get alerted is to hit the notification bell and then it'll pop up on your phone when I go live. I bought full self-driving, says Mike, just before it jumped to 8,000, justified by profits and holding on stock, hoping full self-driving ends up being investment. Yeah, if you plan on having a robotaxi, if you live in Florida or California, you're probably going to be one of the first states that let robotaxis happen. Diana, getting a Model Y with full self-driving. Nice. There you go. Love my Model 3, but wish I'd bought stock instead. Yeah, that's the thing is you know, I was doing the math of whether or not. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Jerry. Appreciate you, #1 fan. Awesome. That's the thing that's the thing we were contemplating was like, how much down do we want to put? Do we want to put the least amount down and then just reinvest everything into Tesla stock and just keep it there? And then over the financing term, it probably be worth more anyways. So that was kind of the question, right? Damn, the 600 stimulus won't even get you one Tesla share. I know, it won't. Yeah. Although they're looking to pass that additional 1,400. So let's see if that happens. Ben Pham, I can buy 2 Model Ys performances in my first year of Tesla. Just buy and hold. Yep. I mean, one thing to realize though, guys, is like just because Tesla's outperformed the market this year doesn't mean next year is going to be the same or the year after. Always take profits. If you're holding shares, then you're probably okay with just holding and just having a longer time horizon. But if you're sitting on options and leaps and stuff, know that you're going to have to take profits or otherwise theta is going to kill you sometimes. So just know that. But if you're holding shares, yeah, buy and hold is the way to go. Our Tesla gains this year equals 16 years of our regular retirement savings. Nice job, Happy. Happy for you. That's awesome. Yeah, Trump wants 2K, but don't know if that happens. I don't know if that happens. Don't know if that's gonna happen with Trump. This here. What's annoying is like my alert box. Every time people subscribe, I'm hearing it, but you guys aren't seeing it. So I want to shout people out for subscribing the channel. Yashu Mason, what are other stocks you're holding beside Tesla? I am holding Square, Lemonade, CRISPR, had some ARKG. I meant to Apple and Neo, kind of all over the place right now. My portfolio usually isn't that messy. I like to stay really liquid in cash for the most part, like heavy in cash, because at any moment if we get a buying opportunity, I want to be able to. But right now I'm kind of living in the future. McConnell says no. Yeah, and unfortunately McConnell says no. Who knows? Best time to enter Tesla. What do you guys think it'll be in 2021? Tough to say. Tough to say. One Tesla share equals one PS5 console. Bundle it. That's crazy. Don't buy the PS5. Buy a share of Tesla instead. Yeah, talk more about Square and Lemonade in the future. I have a lot of Square and looking to go into Lemonade. Yes, I will definitely make more videos about that. Do you guys think I should bundle my videos? Like, you guys watch me because I do like a daily Tesla options update and stuff like that. Do you guys think I should bundle my video together for the day, talking about all the stocks together, or should I separate them out, and that way if you're interested in one of the stocks but not the others, you don't have to watch the whole thing? Whatever's easier. Emmanuel, how's it going, man? What's your day job? I'm a real estate agent and I have an online business that coaches real estate. Online marketing as well. Keep them separate, says Aaron. Okay, keep them separate, make them short. Yeah, okay, I agree. Separate might be easier, right? Because I'm in a different mindset every time I make a video about a different stock. You have people coming in and out. Yep. But on live, you can do everything. Yep, makes sense, Aaron. Separate them out. Okay, I'll separate them out. Looks like everyone wants them separated. 99% of my wealth is in Tesla. You know what? I know a lot of people that are like that. Who's it? Like Emmett Peppers, for example. If you guys watch Dave Lee on investing, you guys probably know Emmett Peppers. He says like the majority of all of his net worth right now is in Tesla still. Tesla shares or leaps. So, I mean, if that's not like a raving endorsement on still having upside, I don't know what does. Multiple videos would probably help grow the channel too. You think so? Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever helps grow the channel. I mean, we're at crazy. We're at 2,800 subscribers. That's nuts. That is nuts. I never would have thought in a million years that we would grow this fast. Super grateful for you guys. One weekly video at least on Tesla options. Yeah, I try to do a Tesla options trading video like every day to recap the day. I'm keeping that up right now until there's interest. I'm probably going to keep doing that just because I look at it anyways every day, so it doesn't take me that much more time to just make a video about it and get my thoughts out. Like yesterday when I did that video about Tesla's option, I talked about my position that I bought. Today I can talk about how I sold it. So I think it'll be a good kind of record for it. Yeah, Emmett Peppers made like 30 million on Tesla. Oh yeah, crazy. No, I think more than that actually. He said he's up to 50 million. He can afford to take the risk now. Yeah. I mean, everyone has their own risk reward goals, right? This 1% is like the critical mass amount of money. Sai, what about mRNA? Why is it down in time to get out? mRNA is just a technology. I think you're talking about that genomic stock that went down 50% yesterday in ARKG. I think they were down because a report came out that their vaccine actually isn't that effective. So a lot of analysts came out and they downgraded the stock. Emmett Peppers should be a billionaire after he's done with options. Didn't he take out a 1 million? Did he take out? I don't know what he took out actually. Yeah. Aaron, Just don't let your head get too big when you're scheduled 50K. I appreciate that. Don't worry, that's not who I am. Johnny, Emmett Peppers is up to 70 million now. Wow, it's nuts. But we'll have to pay $30 million in taxes for 2020. Wow, imagine having that as a bill. Imagine having that as a bill. I am trying to reduce my exposure to Tesla, currently 70%, but it's hard when the stock keeps going up. I'd like to have 50%. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Jan. It's tough. It's tough. Every time I sell Tesla and I sit in cash and I'm all in cash again, I go, what do I want to buy? And I just think of Tesla again. So I'm like, why did I sell? Does anyone else feel like that? Like, it's the thing I want to be in anyways, long term. So like when I sell any of my positions, I immediately want to get back in. How about a video for noobs walking them through the buying process, asking for a friend? You got it, Robert. Yeah, for sure. For your friend, obviously. Yeah, I can do like I posted a video you guys can see on my channel called 4 option hacks every intermediate option trader must know. I think if you have been trading options for even a little bit of time, that video will be really helpful to kind of the mindset of what I think about when I go into options. But yeah, complete noob one definitely can make something about that. Thoughts on Palantir, Jay? Long-term bullish, short-term but again, long-term they can get a lot of contracts from the government. For sure. All the time. Waka, man, I missed a boat at the start of Tesla. Only wish Neo and Xpeng gets to that level, but I don't think so due to the other areas Tesla is. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, you're always going to miss the boat on stuff. And not just stocks. Like, you're going to miss the boat on opportunities in your life and different things you could have, should have, would have done different. But, you know, we can't live life looking in the rearview mirror, right? You got to look forward, try to find the next thing, and just know that over time, if you stay consistent and you do your research, it'll happen. Don't compare. You know, comparison is really like the thief of joy, right? Don't let you compare yourself to what other people have done. It's not possible. Joe, don't become one of those jaded YouTubers. I don't know what that means, but I won't. What, like Meet Kevin? I watch Meet Kevin on his stimulus stuff. I'm not sure how he's changed, but I keep all of my Tesla on account. Tax for sales really helps keeping them there. Yep. Johnny, wise words. Yep, for sure. Christopher, how's it going, man? What do you think tomorrow is gonna break? I'm really hoping for an upgrade tomorrow morning or some sort of news story to come out. It's a Friday, volume's gonna be low. Potentially today was a large portion of the buying was from like an analyst or an active benchmark fund. So if news comes out tomorrow, you heard it here first, but I'm really hoping for news. Like, look at the 5-minute graph. Every single weakness point was bought up. Weakness here, bought up. Weakness, consolidation, bought up. More strength. Weakness, bought up at close. Like, really, really bullish. Like, it really looks like someone's trying to take a stake in Tesla today. So potentially if there's news out tomorrow with upgrades or rumors, then I can see us breaking 700. Are you expecting Tesla stock to go this much? Were you expecting Tesla stock to go up this much today? No, JJ, I wasn't expecting it this much. Like, you watched my video yesterday, I think. Like, I was bullish because I put my money on the line and I bought that 675 call, but expect it to go up this much? No way. I didn't expect this break, but obviously I'm happy. Meant wise words about the looking back in life. Sorry, yeah, shoot. No, that's how you spell my name. Yeah, appreciate that, Johnny. But it's still closed under 695. I think it needs more news to break. Yeah, potentially. Meet Kevin started off all good, but now he makes $1 million a month easy off YouTube. That's awesome. FE is the same as Joe. Don't know who FE is, but now I have to join the chat and live. Thursday tomorrow. Are there any Tesla Q theories that you actually have merit in your eyes? If you had to pick one, what's the biggest realistic downsides to the stock? The biggest downside to the stock, other than mainstream stuff out there, and I'll talk about that, I think, is people are forgetting that stocks don't move in line with financials all the time. Like, just because let's say Tesla doubles again next year, that doesn't mean the stock's going to double again next year. So that's one big thing, is that people are forgetting that stocks don't move in line with finances all the time. Like that just doesn't happen. It's not like a linear growth pattern. So like I see a lot of people confound the fact that Tesla is going to grow financially and they're going to double and this is going to happen with, and then projecting a stock price based on exactly that happening. There's not a one-to-one correlation there. Also, I mean, here's the thing. I see a lot of YouTubers, and I love watching Tesla YouTube. Like that's just my pastime, right? I see a lot of YouTubers like Tesla, $10,000 stock price, $15,000 stock price. Like, let's be realistic here for a second. I think people are getting really carried away, and a lot of people that haven't really done the math nor have been around long enough to see stocks rally this much are getting a little bit out of hand. Like for Tesla stock price to hit 15,000, okay, and I saw a thumbnail about it the other day, 10,000 would mean Tesla would have to 21 times from here. At a $700 billion market cap, their market cap would be 14.7 trillion. What? Like when I see videos like that on YouTube, and then people like just projecting like Tesla's gonna hit 5,000, 10,000 within the next 2 years. Like, let's be more reasonable and let's be smarter than that. That's my biggest. Yeah, full self-driving would have to be fully approved for sure, but there'd have to be a fundamental change in the next year. Like, you know, it's just $14 trillion of a market cap of a company. Like Apple's at like 2 point something, right? 2.2. 14, so 7 times Apple in like next year. Come on. But obviously I'm long Tesla, so it's not to say I'm a Tesla bear. But if I had to pick one of the just the Tesla Q theories out there, I would say man, I don't know. Execution is the biggest risk for Tesla, in my opinion. If Tesla all of a sudden can't execute, can't build things fast enough, cheap enough, there's hiccups in production, like it's not like a Tesla Q theory. It's so much of that, like they're a young company. Let's see how they execute. They have been executing amazing, but you know, there's hurdles when people execute, right? And I think we saw that with the Model 3 ramp. I think execution is the biggest risk for Tesla. What time market closes? I think it closes regular time, Harry. Biggest downside is probably execution risk. Yes, or if Elon is incapacitated. Yeah, Elon is a big risk. I can see a big market crash in Tesla stock 2020. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, Waka, remember we had crashes this year in Tesla stock. Remember when it went to 380 and then look at it now. Like you're always gonna have buying opportunities. I think 20K in 2030 is ARK assumption. I don't think ARK has a model out yet, a new one, but we'll see. But Tesla should at least double next year, right? Yeah, like who's to say? But yeah, I think you're being facetious. Obviously, that's funny. 7,000 by 2025, maybe. Who is that hard for next year? I could understand 2025 for insane bets. You'd be surprised. I saw some thumbnails on YouTube. What are some actual foreseeable problems in execution? Well, Model 3, they couldn't ramp. Like they were having problems with manufacturing and defects and quality assurance. So it can be a million things. Welcome, Harry. Tesla's at 35. Right. Yes, I'm talking post split price. Enrique, 2022 will blow every. I agree. I think like business wise, Tesla is in the best position it can possibly be in right now. ARK model comes out second week of January. Yep, that should be nice. Whether or not it moves the stock, I don't know. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see ARK come out with like just not like obviously a really bullish case for Tesla, but not as bullish as people are thinking is going to come out. At least for the next 5 years. The biggest excited thing, biggest thing that excites me about ARK is they're projecting 35 million electric cars to be sold in 2025. I do not see right now how that happens, and the total market doesn't disrupt. Like that's like the closest guess is Daniel Ives in the market. He's projecting 20 million. So it's just nuts. If they're right, like this is going to be big. Tesla hatchback. If the 25,000 model Tesla comes out next year, absolutely. Do you believe Tesla will make a new high before year ends? I mean, it just made one today. Probably, but I mean, we got one day, so like anything can happen, right? But yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Alyssa, Sharif, Tesla will be at least 2K by 2025. That's more reasonable. That's more reasonable. Sai, how much Tesla do you have? I have, my positions are for March. Probably about 30. No, it's probably about like 40% of my portfolio. Apple cannot beat Tesla. Do you have any issues with your Model 3? No, I don't have any issues with my Model 3. I looked at the windows. Other than like the windows, there were some gaps between the window and the pillar. But I looked at all the other Teslas on the road, and they all had that. So I don't know if that's normal or not. But imagine if the Cybertruck turns out to be really easy to ramp. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Hallie, do you think your targets would change? Do you think their targets would change much from the projections? I think they might a little bit with the new 2025, the 25,000 model coming out. ARK doesn't make guesses. I'm sure they'll have math behind that. Yep, agreed, Dwayne. You as an investor, are you worried all that the pandemic is still around? Do you think the March sell will happen again? As an investor, I am bullish on the vaccine curing the pandemic. I think we're gonna have short-term pain still. Like I think people are still getting infected. Death rates are, I mean, not death rates, but deaths are climbing by absolute value in like California, for example. But I'm bullish on the vaccine. I wasn't when the vaccine news first came out that we're having good trials and stuff. I was still trading like I don't think it was gonna happen, but I know Ross Gerber thinks first quarter 2021 we're still going to have a big downfall, but we'll see. Christo, hi. Pandemic's over, vaccines irritable if it mutates. I mean, pandemic's over other than the people that are still getting infected, which sucks right now. But yeah, I think medium term, it's hopefully we're there. Market is autonomous cars means less cars, so the projection is that so many cars will be sold is not the thing. Yeah, exactly. It kind of cannibalizes sales, right? I'm an MD and PhD. Nice. That's awesome. So you definitely know more than I do. Tesla and other technologies are great with upcoming depression and widening wealth gap. Do you think these companies will have such growth? I don't know if we're going to have an upcoming depression. I think we potentially avoided that with the vaccine, in my opinion. As long as Tesla price equals current sub count, I'm good. Well, Tesla, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any current option Tesla? Yes, I do. I have March 640s. Sorry, where it's self-driving. Yeah, potentially. Well, I appreciate you guys for watching. Like, this was really fun. Again, it was not planned out, so if you want me to keep doing this stuff, let me know. Calls on the I appreciate that, Aaron. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button. Helps with the growth of the YouTube channel. If you like content like this, definitely subscribe for more. Yeah, hopefully I can keep doing this kind of stuff. I actually have to do work sometimes. Unfortunately, today's one of those days where I have a meeting coming up here, but great fun. Like, I'm having great fun doing this. I keep like what we talk about here. If you're new here and you're watching this for the first time, we talk a lot about Tesla news, Tesla upgrades, Tesla stock price, but in general, stocks and options trading, anything that I'm getting into. This is not like a stock guru channel. Like, that's not what I want this to be about. This is about us all getting better, learning, applying strategies, bringing information together. It's not about a guru mentality. I hate that stuff. So, but that being said, I love having the community behind us. All the commentators, appreciate you guys bringing in news to me, tweeting at me, all that sort of stuff. It helps grow the channel. And the fact that we're at 2,700 subscribers already, that's nuts. So I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks, Holly. Thanks, Alyssa. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Can you please introduce? Yeah, I can definitely do that, Sharif. Johnny, appreciate you watching. Mason, thanks, everyone, for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Appreciate you guys. Take care.